Welcome back to another episode of Love GRUBZ. I'm your host, Chef Hezibabii. I hope you guys brought your corkscrews, because today we're going to be popping bottles and trapping men. Let's go. To kick off this episode, we're going to play a quick game of Name That Food. Is it A, mushroom, B, potato, or C, old hamburger bun? The answer is A, mushroom. Check out the dark, luscious gills on the underside of that cap. And yes, those are actually called gills. It has a nice rustic brown color to it. And check out that stem. You can tell it was pretty healthy before it was chopped down. We're gonna take this cap and dice it into small, bite-sized cubes. All right, now we're gonna get our mushrooms in a bowl and add in some kosher salt. Now let's go ahead and get ready to pop that bottle. Today I'm gonna be working with a bottle of Riesling. This sweet dry wine is perfect for bringing out the natural sweetness of the lump crab meat that's gonna go in this pot pie. We're just gonna pour some of that right on top of those mushrooms, which have an uncanny ability to absorb fluids. Here we have some shrimp that I peeled and deveined. Notice the bright orange color on them. That's due to chemically cooking the shrimp before actually cooking the shrimp. You could accomplish that with the help of acids like lime juice, lemon juice, or a number of different vinegars. Today we prepared the shrimp using lemon juice. These are actually jumbo shrimp, so we're gonna cut those down into bite-sized pieces. You want to get the shrimp down to about this size. You want to get these bad boys large enough to provide that juicy, meaty texture when you bite into it, but small enough to not overcrowd and overshadow the other ingredients in the pot pie. Now we're going to toss those shrimp in a bowl along with some crab meat. Next, I'm gonna comb through this crab meat with my fingers, checking for any residual shells. This part of the recipe can be quite tedious, but trust me, gang, your guests will appreciate the fact that they won't have to keep spitting out shells every other bite. All right, folks, once we have that done, we're gonna work on seasoning our seafood. Obey in. Black pepper, y'all. Kosher salt. Lemon juice. Creole seasoning. And onion powder. Well, don't just look at it. You know what to do. All right, folks, next we're gonna get a pot and heat up equal parts of vegetable oil and about a half a stick of butter. Wait a minute. Turn the music down. Just let that sink in for a second. Oh yeah. Now we're about to come in with some garlic. Let's go. Next, we're gonna add in our Riesling and let some of that alcohol cook off of it. After we bring that to a vigorous boil, we're gonna add in a hefty spoonful of flour. This is somewhat of a hybrid Riesling roux. Here's a pro tip for adding in the flour. Use a whisk to break up the clumps and give our roux an even consistency. I know you can smell that through the screen. Now let's go right in with our seafood mixture. Look at that. A little more Riesling. Y'all know what it is. Read the screen. Now we're gonna come in with those mushrooms. Look at those colors, folks. With all these quality ingredients, you know this pot pie is about to bust. Now we're gonna put a lid on our pot and let it cook for about 5 minutes. Look at that hearty seafood goodness, folks. Now it's time to thicken this thing up a bit. To do that, you're gonna wanna get a can of coconut milk. And today, we're just gonna be using the cream that condenses right at the top. Check this out, folks. Here's all the milk that we're gonna be leaving behind. I know you seeing what I'm seeing. You already know this recipe is a banger. We ain't done yet, gang. We're gonna take it up a notch with a little bit of classic Velveeta cheese and some extra sharp cheddar. Let's go. Voila, seafood pot pie filling. Be careful tasting this stuff. I tried it and I almost didn't want to finish the recipe. Now let's get started on this crust. Here I have about 1 1/4 cup of flour and a pinch of sea salt. Next, I'm gonna throw in a stick of butter. Using our hands, let's go ahead and press that together with the flour. Now we're gonna add in a little bit of water and let that dough start to take shape. It should have about this consistency. You're gonna wanna make this ball of dough twice, one for the top and one for the bottom. Next, we're gonna get this dough rolled out and get ready to construct our pot pies. Next, we're gonna do a quick egg wash over the bottom because according to Google, this helps the pie retain its shape. Now let's go right in with that filling. Now let's grab our top and pinching the edges, we're gonna attach it to that bottom layer of crust. Now I wanted to be fancy for this video and give our pot pie some kind of design. But after cooking this for a second time, I would suggest you skip this step so that your pot pie retains all those juices. Now for this top layer, we're gonna do an egg wash with a little bit of coconut milk mixed into it. Now bake for 35 to 45 minutes or until the crust is golden brown. You should get something that looks like this. Now guys, when I made this recipe again, I added brown sugar to the flour and the crust, and boy did it take this recipe to the next level. Also, if you're not a fan of Riesling, a nice sherry will pair well with this pot pie as well. Now this recipe is dangerous, folks, so be careful who you make this for. It's impossible to get through this recipe without adding a teaspoon of love. Make this for the wrong person, and they might think you care a little more than you actually do. That's right, this is my famous seafood pot pie, otherwise known as Trapper Man pie. If you want to watch me cut into this, click on the clip posted at the end of this video. If you like what you see here, or you learned something new today, go ahead and tap that subscribe button. Now you already know this platform is about getting out there and doing something positive. With that being said, go forth and be the change that you want to see in the world. Until next time, folks, peace.